Now let's talk about creating forms. Okay, so forms are a way that allows you to actually collect information from people on your website. And I'll show you exactly how that works. So we're just going to add a form really quick. Okay, so come down to here and add a form, insert form. And here you will see um, it's taken a minute. There we go. Let's say contact us. For some reason, sometimes when you type here, it takes so long. Okay, so contact us, and then let's just go apply. So this allows you to see what a form looks like. Okay, here's a form. And just like any other block, you can, here on Squarespace, you could put spacers in here and change the shape of it, make it skinny and long, make it short and wide, or make it square. It's up to you. Okay, just like you reposition the photos and the text boxes, it's the same thing. The difference is here people can actually contact you. And you can edit, like here it says name, email address, subject, and message. We're going to use that as an example. Let's go ahead and edit it. And the form name is going to be contact us. It takes a minute for this to open up usually. And so here you could change, let's say you don't want it to be name, you want it to be uh, age, change it there. And you'll see here it changes to age. Okay, but let's just work with name right now. So name is in there, and we want to make sure that the person puts their name. Do you see how up here on the left there's an asterisk? Here there's an asterisk. Here there's an asterisk. What if people don't want to fill out every single thing? What you can do is you can go edit here and you can make it not required. Now, name should be required, of course, and email address should be required. Those are two things you always want because your whole purpose of doing forms is to build a database. Okay, let's say that you don't need them to necessarily leave a message. So don't make that one required. Or you don't need, let's say, a subject. Okay, so don't make that one required. And then when you apply it, you'll see now it's not, there's no asterisk there, so it's not required. If there is a requirement and they don't fill it out, it will not allow the form to be submitted. Okay, so let's say you want to create this contact us form and you have all these fields. You can add different form fields. You can add checkboxes. You can add a password. There's a lot of things you can add. So let's say you want to do a drop down, or let's just do a checkbox. So you do a checkbox and see how it says option 1, option 2. So let's go here and say, do you agree? Type's very slow here. With our terms. Okay, so do you agree with our terms? And then what you can do is in here, there's option 1 and option 2. You could say, I agree. And see how it's changing right here on the left? Oops, there you go. And then if we delete this other one down here, it'll remove one of the boxes. See that? Now the box is taken away. And you can make this required. So now they have to agree to your terms in order to submit this. So, you know, these things, you can really customize these forms as much as you want. There's a lot you could do with it. And once the person fills in the information here, you will want to have some way for them to get a response. So go to storage here, okay? Now currently it's connected to Brittany's Bags Paris at Gmail. So if someone fills out this form and submits it, it's going to go to this email address. Okay, so you can have it just emailed directly to you. You can click here to connect to Google Drive, or you could click here to connect to Mailchimp. And Mailchimp is great because what you do, so you would have to actually log into Mailchimp here, is you could actually have all this information um, imported directly into your or stored on your Mailchimp account, and you can start building an actual database of customers. Okay, so you could do both too. You could have it stored on your Mailchimp account or your Google Drive, and you could also at the same time have it emailed to you, or you could have it go just to your Mailchimp and not be emailed anywhere. But you need to have one of them selected. Okay, because otherwise, what's the point of a form if it's not going somewhere, the information that they're filling in? Then click on Advanced up here. This allows you to change the button. See, it says Submit down here on the button. You could change that to anything you want. You could change the button alignment within the form itself. Now it's centered. And then you can actually have a post submission message. So after they click on it, it'll say something like, thanks. Like we just had, thank you, or thanks. You could leave a message. You could put insert links to take them somewhere else. And you can actually use HTML if you're familiar with HTML language to have a post submission message at the end. Okay, and once you do that, and you have all that set up. Now, if you want to use Mailchimp, which I highly recommend, you can actually have it set up on the other side where there will be a double or dual opt-in process, which will ensure that people don't just put mumbo jumbo in here and fill up your database with nonsense. It'll make them identify themselves and actually log into their email that they're putting. So if, for example, if they put their email address here, it'll send them a message to confirm that it's their email address before it adds them to your database. That way you don't have people just filling out nonsense and polluting your database. And that is how you add a form.